Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. Today I'm going to be working on my boxwood forest. Here is a look at my boxwood forest. So the main tree here and the little ones at the back were all cuttings. I grew the main tree in the front garden for over 20 years, I think about 27 years from a cutting. And you can see that even though it's in the ground, it didn't grow into a huge giant tree. Boxwoods are quite slow growing. In a pot, they grow even slower. I haven't touched this forest since last January when I pruned it up. So today I'm going to prune it up, setting it up for spring once again. When I pruned up the forest last January, I had a lot of cuttings left over, so I stuck them in the front of the pot. And it looks like they've all rooted. They started growing quite well, so all the ones out front are cuttings from last year. This one struggled for quite a while. It lost a lot of leaves, but then it started to recover, so it must have rooted. I'm going to start today by pruning up the main tree in the forest. There's a lot of new shoots that have grown up and they're starting to interfere with the other branches. And I need to clean the structure out. They tend to grow very thick and dense boxwoods. Now, if you do prune them back too severely, you'll find that the next growing season, the tree is kind of weak. So it's best to keep, a good healthy amount of foliage on your boxwood at all times. I like the main tree in the forest. From the front view, it's fairly scar-free, which is nice on a boxwood. It's nice and smooth and flowing. I have done some fairly major cuts on it, but most of those cuts are hidden around the back or behind other branches. So yeah, it's kind of nice having a fairly scar-free boxwood. I'm going to begin the pruning now, and it'll be a matter of just following each branch up, looking at the structure of the branch, pruning away the branches I don't like, and keeping the ones that are in a good position. So let's begin. I'm starting by looking at the overall height of the tree, kind of the top of the tree, and then I want it kind of rounded from the top. So I have this branch out front, which is getting tall here. I've got some branches back here, which is kind of the apex of the tree. So I need to bring the height down on these branches to get that rounded form at the top of the tree. So you can see these branches back here are very upright, so that's the top of the canopy, and the other ones need to be shortened. So let me begin. I've got a small branch here, and you can see this part of it is very upright, and it's kind of crowding out the center of the tree. I want to grow this as the main branch growing upright, not this little one here. So I'm going to prune that little one away, keeping the ones that are fanning outwards. So here I go. I'm going to take that one off. Like that. I'll clean up this stub here. Alright, I'm just cleaning that stub up, trying to make a flush cut like that. That looks good. On this same branch here, I've got a vertical shoot here sticking straight up, so I need to prune that back shorter. And I want to keep some foliage on that branch. It has some down lower. So I'm going to prune it to a leaf that faces outwards, fans outwards, back to here, taking the tip off. The other part of this branch, I've got another shoot going straight up here. I'm going to remove entirely. I've got one growing up vertical here, and I have another branch fanning out, so I'm going to take the vertical section off. So everything on that branch is kind of fanning out from the center of the tree. Below it on this front branch, I have another vertical shoot I can remove. I have one here, a vertical one I can remove. There's one growing on the inside between the two branches here, and I have one opposite. So the one on the inside is going to come off, and I'll keep my one on the outside. And then this front branch, you can see it fans out here, but I have a vertical section, and I don't think I want to keep that vertical section. I want to give, this branch space to grow. So I'm going to take that off like that, keeping my branches that are fanning outwards. And then on these branches that fan outwards, I'm looking at the structure of them. So you can see here, I think I intended to leave this living branch here, but it died off. So I've got a bit of a stub here that I need to clean up. So I will come in and prune that stub off. Like that. And now I need to look at the branch structure of all this growth coming out front. There's a vigorous tip here I can prune back. And again, I'm going to prune back to leaves facing outwards on the tree. I have one coming off this other branch, and you can see this other branch is interfering with the branch above it. So I'm going to take this vertical part off. I'm going to trim this one back, and I'm going to trim this one back, and maybe even further on that one to here, giving each branch room to grow, and they'll all get nice sunlight. There's another side branch here I can prune back to outward facing leaves, to there and to here. So that gets that branch quite compact. I have this shoot out the back here, and I'll prune it back to here, like that. So that's got two branches pruned up now. I have a bit of a stub here I could clean up, just to get that branch a little cleaner and more flowing looking. So I'll come in and I'll remove that stub. Like that. So that's looking quite good. I'll use the same philosophy, following each branch up, looking at the branch structure, the length of the branches, and doing directional pruning on it to get the tree back in check and ready to grow for spring. So here is a branch that's growing very vertical. I'll take the vertical parts off first. Like that. And I've got a branch going on the inside I can remove. And I'm trying to decide what to do here. Which branches to keep. I think I'm going to remove this one, keeping these two branches, and I'll cut this one back. Like that. And then I'll just shorten the branches back to here and back to here. Like that. This one can be, take this shoot off on the inside and reduce this one back. Like that. These branches I don't need to touch. They're looking good. Okay. So this branch is still a little vertical and tall, but I think if I get some more branching coming out this direction, I can shorten it in the future. I don't want to take it back to just these branches because I think it would make the branch a little weak. Here's what I pruned off the main tree. So a fair amount. I can't take off as much as I'd like to. Here's a look at the tree now. There's a lot of, shoots on the branches that will be taken off in the future. But I've got to keep all the branches strong and growing. I don't want them to get weak and die off. So Yeah, so there'll be more pruning as this tree develops into the future, but you know, it's a step ahead. Not a big step today, but definitely a step ahead, sorting out some of that structure. So next, I'm going to prune up all the smaller trees. I don't think I'll touch the cuttings out front. I'll just let those grow for another year. But the ones that were rooted back here, which are cuttings off the main tree, they were planted in the front garden in the ground, and they were rooted. They look really nice and healthy. They're a really nice green color. So I'll prune those up also. And then we'll have a look at the forest. So again, on the smaller cuttings, it's just a matter of following each branch up, removing growth that's going towards the inside, reducing all my branch divisions from 1 to 2, and pruning the tips back to get a little more compact growth. I've got the other trees pruned up. So I have, the main tree is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the original rooted cuttings, and then all the rest are new cuttings out front. 5 is probably a good number for the forest. I will be putting these in a bonsai pot this spring, arranging them properly. I may not use these cuttings at all. These are all cuttings off of the main tree. I did in previous videos have another bonsai pot full of boxwoods, one that I got from the nursery for 99 cents, and I gave all those away. I think I have enough in this tray here to make a nice forest. My last task for today, and it's a fairly large one, is to clean up the landscape. I've got a lot of weeds growing in it. I think there's goldenrod. I've got some liverwort growing in it. So I'm just going to clean it up, tidy up the landscape. Some of these weeds have quite a big root system on them. They're tough to get out. I didn't pull them out in the summer because I didn't want to disturb the roots around the box trees. I've got all these new cuttings in here, but I think at this time of the year it's fine to do it. So right here you can see there's a fairly large root coming out from the trunk, and then I got all these roots sticking up out of the soil. So I'll just prune those back. I don't want roots growing up. So when I go to repot this tree, I'll further sort out the roots. But for now, I think that's an improvement. I've got my boxwood forest all cleaned up. I'm going to give it a good thorough watering. Just to kind of settle the soil in because I pulled so many weeds out. I don't think I need to top dress it because I do plan to arrange this into a nice forest in spring in a bonsai pot. Here is a final look at my boxwood forest. It's all cleaned up, pruned up, and ready to grow once again. Today there was no big cuts, no dramatic changes to my boxwood forest. Just pruned up, sorted out a little more. Another stage in its evolution as a forest. So that's all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.